Hello, America. This is Chris Ryan from Western Massachusetts GOP Patriots Political Action Committee. I was personally invited to Americano's party because I was interviewed and I spoke acceptable, that's two whiskeys, acceptable Spanish for a gringo in my interview, which was done entirely in Spanish. He was supposed to ask me the questions in English and then I would think about it and then answer. But he just went on the whole time. He's talking, he's asking me questions in Spanish, and he tricked me on the first question because I thought he was setting up the audience for the question, and he looks at me and I'm supposed to give him an answer. So I faked my way through the first question, then I zoomed in and read his lips as he spoke Spanish, and I picked up most of his words and the intent and meaning, and I was able to answer precisely as I was supposed to. And so the fat gringo from the People's Republic of Massachusetts reached literally millions of Latinos who follow this freedom station through a variety of media, oftentimes on their phones. And some of these people live in huts in remote areas. And this is kind of like Americano is sort of kind of like a Voice of America, if you will, only it's private. And you know they're big when they can do something like this. So this cannot be a lie that they have this kind of engagement within the Latino community. They're bringing in revenues, clicks, somehow selling whatever they sell. But that's the guy right there, the young man in the gray. I'll call it gray from here, light blue shirt. And of course, being a typical Latino young man, he's doing his best work, if you know what I'm saying, popular. And he's the one who put me on the show by chance. And he heard me talking to somebody, and he stopped me. And I was paused in front of the crowd, in front of his booth. Wasn't even paying attention, and he stopped me. So the other lady there, that young girl with the black hair with the, we'll call it green, she talked with me for a few minutes, and she is the Spanish version of Epoch Times. Epoch Times, that's E-P-O-C-H. I know many of you get their emails, are engaged with Epoch Times. If not, give them a shout out. They hammer you with emails, constant news. They do try to charge for it, but you can break through that and get shit for free. This is my favorite bartender, Yesenia, but if you want to pronounce it right, the Y becomes a soft J, so you may go for the Yesenia. Or Jessica. I'll just go for a double Jameson's on the rocks. And if that's impossible, then I will go for the local Shiner Bock, which is a micro brew here. There's no draft. And they work their ass off. And this is an open bar, by the way. This is an open bar. And we fucked up. We ate food. My buddy here is on the, just almost got on the Central Committee for Ohio. You remember Ohio's now a red state. President Trump won it by 8 points, even though they said he was going to lose by 10 or something. What did they say Trump was going to lose Ohio by?
I don't remember.
It was a big number. It was a big number. It was 2 digits. It was like 11. And Trump ends up winning. So that's the fake New York Times polls and just the BS and the garbage. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. If you're a Republican in Massachusetts, campaign like a Republican. Okay? And Ohio is now officially a red state. However, Jeffrey has explained to me that they've done some redistricting, and even though they have a
double Jameson on the rock and St. Matthews.
Hola, Jessica. How you doing? Your favorite customer, the gringo. You're not working at the other bar, huh? Okay. That was a generous pour. Thank you.
St. Matthews. Do you have any?
They're probably getting well compensated. So I don't even see a tip jar. So I can't put that ice in that. All right, so I'm going to move the crowd. I got a signal, so I'm going to use it. I'm in the way right now, so I'm going to get out of it. Shit. You got what kind of music? I'm gonna try to go through. We're gonna push through. all the beautiful people are here. Half of them don't speak Spanish. They just show up for free drinks. We screwed up though. They had free food here, and we walked in with full stomachs, so we're kind of good. If you go first, you're going to bounce right through. So I'm going to see how it works. Excuse us, we're clearing the bar area.
I'm not taking this.
Excuse us. It's like anywhere in Latin America, as you move away from the population center, the population density drops dramatically and it becomes more scenic, if you will. There's more food. That's just like an appetizer. I can't touch this shit. I just stopped. I had like a 1 pound brisket. You know, and it's been sitting out for a while too, so I think most people already ate. But yeah, typical Latino food, which would be much better if this was in your fridge at home and you could warm it up. It ages overnight in the fridge. It tastes even better. And they require every person before an interview to say, yo soy Americano, so a lot of people are goofs. So they take you aside and they go over it with you until you get it you're nearly right. And they didn't even bother with me. And not only that, but I threw in the Puerto Rican, Argentinian, and Uruguayan pronunciation for the letter Y, which, if done correctly, is a soft J. So instead of saying yo soy Americano, I said yo soy Americano, which immediately added authenticity. And he told me, Luis told me that a couple of words were slightly mispronounced, but it was endearing to the crowd. They kind of liked it. You know, it's like when you have Victor Orgon, his English is highly accented, and he got a couple of words wrong, but nobody's offended. You know, it sort of adds authenticity to and the fact that he's working very hard to speak English. And his speech was magnificent, just magnificent, and he had a slow cadence. Because that's where you get into trouble when you're learning a second language. When you get a little confident, you've had a few drinks in me like I have right now, you get a little overconfident, and that's where you make mistakes. And you're better off slowing your cadence and just thinking. And they will tolerate that because they know they take it as a sign of respect that you're trying to get the language right, and they're not offended, even though they speak very rapidly. So Mexican Spanish is probably the best because they tend to speak slower. If you ever watch a Mexican soap opera, I mean, I can almost follow along. They speak much slower, but Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Cuban Spanish is probably considered the cleanest in this hemisphere. An Argentinian Spanish has a bit of an Italian flair to it. All right, I think I've shown you enough. And I'm going to quit after this double and do some content up in my room, take 2 sleeping pills, and get up at whenever I feel like it, because nothing's going on tomorrow. CPAC is over. This is unusual. CPAC usually goes on this. Hello, mi favorita mama, ¿cómo está? Siempre trabajando, siempre. Por el día mañana también. Desayuno. ¿Cuál restaurante? Trinity. Estamos terminados, ¿no? Mañana, ¿qué haces mañana? Oh, okay. Mañana no trabajando. Día libre. Okay. Tú mereces. Okay. That's me just practicing. She was wonderful. She's one of our people for Trump, by the way. She's 100% for Senor Trump. She identifies President Trump as her president, even though, he's not in office. Works her ass off. And she said tomorrow she has off. I asked her if she was working tomorrow, and she said, no, I got a free day, and I told her she deserves it. And that's how you learn. You just go out and take a chance, and then, and it comes to you. So, and I'm a gringo. So if I can do it, you can do it. Don't be afraid. So CPAC is officially over. Oh, that was delicious. A double Jameson. I don't know what it is, but it just hit just right. And so I just wanted to let you give you the inside of what's going on. I don't expect to do any more live streams, so there's no point in it tomorrow. Everybody's gone. I lost my train of thought, but CPAC usually goes right through to Sunday, and typically our president ends it on a Sunday. So this is unusual. I would say this is a day short. Typically you're Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we're done. It's Saturday, we're done. President's gone. He's at Mar-a-Lago right now, having his Diet Coke and on ice, and we're here, but there's nothing going on tomorrow. It's over. CPAC is officially over. I will have nothing else to report. I'll just do some content. I'm doing a lot of work. I got people emailing me and stuff, and hey, how do I do this? And people, I'm trying to collate how many signatures we got for the ballot initiative. I can't take credit for the signatures in the ballot initiative. What I can take credit for is getting people to communicate with me what they have, and if they have questions, I'm helping them. And I'll come out and do something or ship something to them. So I'm not a hero on the, I don't want to say I'm a hero on the, but I think, Jim, you're listening, I'm pretty sure I can comfortably say from what I'm hearing is that we're about 2,000 signatures in the 4 Western Mass counties from reliable reporting. Very reliable reporting, and that might be low, but I always like to give you the lower number when I'm getting the counts in, and I'm not double counting, all right? Because I always make it clear to people I want your total raw counts as of now, not like, I got 5 yesterday. Where are you right now, cumulatively? And they all get it. Everybody gets it. So I'm comfortable, Jim, to say we're at 2,000 signatures at least in Western Massachusetts, four Western Mass counties. All right, so I'll even tag you on this, this live stream. And I still got signal, so this is wonderful. So, all right, I'll take a little walk around, and I'm just going to shut up and be done with this. And CPAC was an enormous success. I sat in the overflow ballroom, and it was wonderful. There was no crowds. It really wasn't worth going into the super spreader and the convention center. It was packed. I mean, just packed. There were no empty seats. Right all the way down. And I made the right decision. Unfortunately, there was no standout across the street. It was 90-something, like 96 or something. And it was just like 5 guys, diehard cowboys, waving Trump flags and Texas independence. And, okay, whatever. And last year there were 200 people out there, maniacs. And it was wonderful. So that was a fail. But the heat killed it. The heat just killed it. So, all right, so here I am. I'm signing off. This is Chris Ryan from Western Massachusetts GOP Patriots Political Action Committee with Americano, Latino, I don't like Hispanic, a Latino social media influencing site with multiple media engagement in the millions. And they sort of serve, if you will, as a voice of America for conservative Latinos worldwide. And defeating their socialist governments, trying to get the message out any way they can. And you can tell they have something going on if they can afford this. So it's not a joke. So make America great again. Keep America great. And I'll see you later when I get home. Bye-bye.